Hello and welcome to my craft room. It's Rhoda. I thought I would work some more on my butterfly journal today, and I showed you this the last time. This is the cover. I found two large pieces to go back in the large pockets, and these are some items I made a while back. I can't remember who I saw make them first, but I made a little tab here to hold that shut, and you just open it. I think it's a 12 by 12. Yeah, it was one of those things where you use a 12 by 12. And it's 12 by 7 if you're interested. And all you do is fold it and then fold it again. And you make these two large pockets and you put some decorations and all that in there. They were really fun. I mean, really quick too. And use up some of your paper pads that you're wanting to get rid of. There's always a good thing to do that. And then this was a really large envelope that I made. It was an actual envelope. And what I did is I took Tim Holtz collage paper and I put on here. And of course I love this big butterfly here. Or maybe it's a moth. And it had a locust back here. But anyway, I did another one of those little closure holders where the V goes in. Oh, this was an idea from Hello Susan. And it was seen on Mrs. E's video. Maybe I should take that out. I'll probably make me another one just so I have one to go by. But really, it's nothing but an envelope. And I covered the inside as well. Or did I? Yeah, I covered the inside with some other paper. But it could have something, little goodies inside for anybody that actually gets this. And then it goes right back in here. This will go to the side. I don't know if you saw this little gadget the last time. This was the coin holder. And I didn't, it looked unfinished. So I wanted to put a ribbon around it. And I thought, well, let me put a ribbon around it and tie a bow. And I thought, no. If I actually pull this down, I don't know if I'm going to glue it or not, it looks like a magnifying glass. So it sort of looks like it goes with the field label look. So I'm still working on if I'm deciding on that. And then here's my 3 signatures. I've got this one, which is almost completely finished. It's made into pockets. So I didn't have any white places that I had to cover on the back of. I just need to fill all these pockets. Here's a little V pocket I'm going to put there. I think I had something else back here somewhere I was going to put on a page. Where was it? There's another V pocket. And that must, oh, and this. I made this little butterfly, little, what do you call that? Specimen slide. So I thought he would go good here. It's as close as I can get to those colors. Everywhere else in this book, I've pretty much filled up. Now this was my front signature, so got to get some words or something there. This is homemade with scrap paper. It's going to go there. I need to cover this with something, but those colors went really well with that. I have, what was it? Oh, here was my junk items that I had showed last video. This was, I think, the cookie container. So I have to get 2 cards to go in here. And I've got a little item up here that I'd made with an altered playing card. So it slid right down in the bottom. I did like a U-glue. I did 2 strips of my scrap paper and put in behind there. I just kind of inked a little bit of espresso around the outside so you didn't see that. I still have to fix this. Here's another little V pocket thing I made, and that's going to go there, and I have to cover the back somehow. Probably just inking. This goes on this. I just have to get that attached. This I made as some library pocket. And I'm going to just put, gosh, I can't get that back in there now. That's pretty tight. But I'm going to put that on this page. Well, I'll fix that later. But it goes here. I'm going to probably put some light pink or something on the outside edge. This I got from my buddy Mike and Jen. And it looks like something we were working on Miss Paints a Lot. And so I thought, oh, that's pretty. I'm going to put that right there. And I'm going to make it a big pocket. I'm going to leave this part open where I can slide something right in there. And what else did I have? This is where I'm going to work on one of my little projects today, something really easy. This was just a scrap edge cluster, I guess you would call it. That's going there. I've put this pocket down. That was like the one I showed you earlier. And I made this big old, I love these big old tags. But I put that big old tag in there. And of course I did the back with my rose stencil. And that's my silverware pocket. And that's going to go right here. So that was that signature. Plans. Plans. Always plans. Okay, and here's the other two little items I made last time. And these were the turnover boxes. The apple turnover. So I just inked the, what was that, Victorian velvet on the back. And then I put these scrap strips here. And then I put them down. And you can still get in there and pull your little cards up. And yada yada, and it goes really well with this page here. This here I'm still working on. It's going to be probably a couple of little pieces down here that create a tuck, and I'm going to tuck my little butterfly sheet in there and maybe decorate it up with this too, just to give it some interest. And I chose those neutral colors because of this deep teal on the other side of it. Now this I made a while back. It's a video of mine. And it is floating pockets. My idea of floating pockets. So I have to still make my tags, or not tags, but journal cards that will go inside. And the idea of the cut all the way through is you just make it flush with the top and you're able to pick it up with that. There's what I did with that one. And then the back one has a real long, deep one in there. And of course I inked it with the blue to try to simulate that. And what else did I have? This is one I have to do today. That's why I haven't marked. Well, I'll show you some of these things in the final flip through. Here was my rose again. And this was another sort of library pocket style. It's just like a little double pocket kind of thing. You got a pocket in the front. You got a pocket in behind there. But butterflies were all over it. Here's the other thing. This is the last one I need to show you. This was the cookie container. No, the cookie one was the big one. This one was the silverware or condiment pockets we got from Wendy's. So there's a big pocket here. Let me use one of these. There's a big pocket here. Well, it fits in there really good. And then there's a pocket here. And then I need a skinnier one. And then there's a pocket here, and I think there's a big pocket back there. So that's how I put it down. And of course I did two more little strips just to do the negative. But other than that, I'm not going to show you anything else. I'm probably about showing you everything anyhow. We're going to start on our first project. I want to welcome everybody for being here. Thank you for coming to see what I'm going to do today, and for following me and liking me and all those other great things, all that support you give me. I really, really appreciate it. And like I said, I've got a little rubber band in here holding these together, but that's just because I have to take one out and work on it, and that's what I'm basically going to do. Thank goodness this is the, well, no, this is not the middle one, is it? All right, where's the middle? I'm all mixed up. Okay. Oh, there it is. Now, let me slide this off really quick. Ooh, there we go. And what I'm going to do is pull that out, and then I kind of stagger it like that, and then I'll lay it to the side so I don't lose my place. Whoops. There we go. Got stuff all over. Okay, now the back side here, I believe, was where we were going to work. Sorry, I had to get off and block my nose. It is so cold back here in this room. I have to blow my nose every so often. You probably hear me sniff now and then. I know that's probably irritable, to have to listen to, and I apologize, but it makes my nose run, or maybe it's the age. About 58, maybe 59, I can't even remember. Maybe in, gosh, am I going to turn 60 this year? I can't remember. Okay, just checked. Thank goodness. I'm only going to be 59 this year. Oh, I don't want another year if I can help it. But anyway, it seems like everything kind of goes once you get a certain age. This here, I'm taking, and I'm not going to have to ink the back of these pages. I'm going to completely cover them. You might see a little bit of the white at the spine crack there, but other than that, you're not going to see them. These two are like scrapbook cardstock kind of style paper, but this one is one of those cheaper pads, and it's really flimsy. So I had this extra piece of trim off from printing something, and I'm putting that at the top so it will strengthen that, because this is going to be pockets. It's going to be duh and duh, no, duh and duh. That's how we're doing it, and it's very easy. But it's using up some of those scraps, and what we're going to do is we're going to stagger and see if we can do all these at the same time and put our thumb pull in there. I'm hoping so. I might have to take a crowbar to it. Who knows? Let's see. Let's see how she'll work. Is that in the center? I don't want to get rid of my flower top if I can help it. Oh. Well, that didn't work. That's and one of them's even squishy, thinner than the rest. Oh, I did thicken it. That's right. All right, I got that one. Now what I'll do is I'll put this one here, and then I'll go through that. Yeah, so you can't go through but so many thicknesses of paper. Overworking this poor little gadget. All right. Now we're going to, and I'm not worrying too much about inking on this this project because I'm wanting the pretty colors to really shine out. And so speaking, I'm going to go over here and get me some of my Victorian velvet. I wouldn't mind having a little bit of pink up here. That's one of the predominant colors that I've been going with on this project. And I don't really see much of that, so I don't have to do but a little bit on each side. Oh, I missed that part. And I don't even know if I need it on this one, because yeah, some of these, I showed you, I think in my last video, my pile that's over here to the right of me. It's my pile of scraps. But I'm trying to use up as much as I can. And I usually don't have too much left over at the end. Now what we're going to do is we're starting at the top. And you can see I've got that little bit over here, maybe a 1/4 of an inch. But you're not really going to see it that much. So I wouldn't worry about doing anything to it. That little bit of white can pop through. It won't blind us. But I can't take a white page. I got to do something to it. Here is hoping everybody is still doing well, happy, healthy. Kicking all those colds. All that flu. Ugh, doing something with it. Keep it under control. Oh, there's a little bit of a naughty right there. Oh, let me take this real quick and throw it in there, and we won't know a difference. Okay. I forgot all about that one. The other ones will be covered up, I believe. Yeah. Solved that problem. This is going to be my bottom because, oh no, this was going to be my bottom, right? Yeah, I was going from like a ombre look is what I'm going for here. So let me see where I want to be. I want to have that little butterfly showing and them to be about equidistant apart. So I'm going to mark my spot right there. This little piece of washi. Well, it's not quite right, but close enough, right? There. I think I know where to be. I made a big old pot of vegetable soup the other day, and I love when I can make a pot of something and it lasts a long time. Because I don't know. I guess maybe because it's right after the holidays, I'm tired of cooking. I am going to make some meatloaf later, so I'll have that. But I still got that big old pot of soup. And it's good. It's been kind of cold here, so big old pot of soup really comes in handy. It's got all these veggies in it. I always love to put Worcester in mine. Worcestershire sauce. It just adds that little extra bit of flavor. Yummy. Who else is up for making a big old pot of soup? I know there's some of you. Soup warms your insides on these cold, nasty days. Although, we are back to cold, but we had a real nice day the other day. We always have a weird situation in January. We have almost 2 weeks of this gorgeous weather. It's almost like pre-spring. I don't know where it comes from, but it feels good. I'm cutting off some fuzzies. I've got, and then I did a little bit of an overhang there. You always have to trim up a little bit, you know. Okay. Got one little fuzzy on the bottom. I can take care of him. Okay, well that page is done. There may be some words that you might want to put on here, some further little embellishments, like I got this little ticket here I could probably put up there to decorate that edge, because that's a pretty good combination there. I also had some little faux stamps that I had made, and oh, that's kind of cute too. I like that one. And the colors go really well. Let me see if I can do my faux stamp and my ticket and put them on the top up here, and that'll be my decoration. I might come back and find a word, who knows. That'll be in my final throes of decorating this crazy thing. I'm sure this ticket came from the Journal Boat. She was doing like a little row of tickets and a lot of her digitals. But this project here, I have sworn off of digitals, and I'm trying to use up a lot of my ephemera and then a lot of my paper pads, and so far I'm doing pretty good. And I think I got a stop up here. There. Hopefully that fixed that. All right. Oh, yeah. Get a little on there, and then I can get it down. And then I'm going to kind of just stagger it like that. There. That gives you something to look at. And all the colors are harmonious with each other. All right. So now that piece is done. He can go back. And now we got to grab our next piece. What did I do with that? Okay. Now, the other one goes right here, and I'm probably going to have to take this one out too, so, let me find my middle. There it is. Find my middle, and find my page. There we go. And we have, this is one of those thinner pages, so it's really going to help it to be strengthened buy these pieces of cardstock. This is the side I need to go. Always pay attention to which side you need to do. These two are going to be my tags. It's all purples. I had pink on the other side, so pink and purple, you know, they go together. Now, what the deal is here, I'm going to also cover the whole back so I don't have to cover anything up with ink or any of those items. And I want, let's see, how am I doing it? Yeah, we're going to have this on the outside edge. I'm sorry, I do have to do this edge in ink. I forgot about that. Because I had to leave it sticking out, in just a little bit. So you would be able to easily slide in your tag. And that's what I was going to do here to solve that issue. I saw something similar to this on Gail Gustinelli. She was doing items that were page covers that were like this. You know, you had to cover your page and decorate it in some way because it was plain or white. So this is my take on that. I really bent that, didn't I? Oh well. So our first item of business will be this one. I'm going almost all the way over here to the spine. And I'm going to glue it in a U design. Yeah. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, let me see. Am I going to do it this way? Nope, we're going to do it this way. Okay, so this will be first. This piece is going to be first. And all we're going to do here is glue the top, the bottom, and the middle. You can tell I'm doing this on the fly, can't you? Oh, all right. We're going to find our middle, which is right here. I need to actually do it on the back side because that's where I'm going to be doing the gluing. Okay, so this is going to be right here. I'm going to glue that. And the top and bottom are easy enough. All right. Oh, before I glue, I'm always forgetting. Goodness. All right, we're going to get in here and we're going to punch us a little thumb pull. You're probably saying, get on with it, girl. Don't you know what you're doing? Half the time I don't. All right, no inking here. We're getting down to it. Okay, remember, this one that goes on the outside edge only has top, middle, and bottom to be glued. And you'll see why I chose this orientation here in a minute. It will come to light. All right, and we're going to go just a little bit in. We don't have to have too much, just enough to tuck that tag in there. Okay. Good enough, good enough. Push everything down. Now, with this one, we're going to want a thumb punch in the very center. Then again, you may not even have to worry about a thumb punch here. So it's up to you, up to your discretion. If you feel like putting one here, you can. If not, don't worry about it. And we're just going to do kind of about the same size. Now this one, again, on the outside edge, a U-glue. My famous U-glue. I don't know if anybody else has copped that phrase. Maybe that's my phrase. Yeah. Did I thank all my new subscribers? I need to thank everybody that's newly subscribed to me. I really appreciate it. I thank you so much. And I want to really appreciate my older subscribers who's been with me for a while. I couldn't do this without you. And I really hope I help everybody, give them ideas, inspiration, just, you know, some kind of idea. I always stem off of other people's ideas. So if you watch something I do, it might fruition or ferment into one of your own ideas. It's never a bad thing to look at other things and see if it'll spark something. Okay, these two pieces were to be my tags. So, okay, I had to go over and dig in my scraps, and I found this piece that will fit in here perfect. It sticks out just a little bit. You can even pull it out further if you need it to be. And I found more scraps to go on here. So I'm putting this one here, and of course it's got the purples in it, so it's perfect. So it's going to be on the upper side of the tag that you can see out, or sticking out, I should say. And I will have that pile of scrap over there down. I mean, it's going to be down. I am not going to have that much left over. But I do have a project for another one of my Facebook pages I'm on to do some lady board, she calls it. It's like a master board. So I have those to do. Now I was going to leave that open in the middle and I forgot all about it. But that would have been probably too hard to make like a belly band. It wouldn't have been necessary. I've got so many pockets in this journal. Especially that middle section that's going to have those really large pockets in it. Okay, so let me put this down. It gives me some pretty colors. The roses that the little butterflies are probably after. And I have a couple words here I was going to decorate this up with. This has the green in it, so it really goes well with this. And it's got love on it. And it's one of the definitions from A Jewel Design. And she has, this was her Christmas definitions, I believe they were. But there are some words in there that aren't, you know, solely Christmas. You can, like one was cheer. I mean, you can use any of the words. They work perfectly for anything. I'm trying to figure out where I want to place this. I think right here. Kind of stagger it. Wait a minute, let me come down a little bit. Yeah, that's better. Where that little triangle right there, corner is right there on that other piece. There, that works for me. Okay, so I'm going to have that tucked inside here. I do want to round the corners. I find it is always useful, especially when that one's sticking up. I find it useful to do rounded corners of some type on all journal cards. Anything that's going in a tuck, a pocket, it makes your life so much easier. So much. Okay. So that, oh yeah, like slid right in there. Yeah. If you wanted to put a pole on there, you can. Now this is what's going to go on the outside. This is another one of my scraps and another one of A Jewel Designs Pretty Words. I think this was ornamental words because it has such a ornamental edge to it. And I'm just cutting it out like that. And I'm going to put it here on my front. I don't know that I need anything else on it because it's sort of on the busier side with the big print. So I think I'm going to just leave it as is. And go like that. And see, that will tie in to my journal card here. When you pull it out, it also has love on it. Let me get it straight. Okay, it's straight. Now, the last two things we need to do is our two cards. That's going to go in here. Do they go in good? Oh, yeah. And they slide right down to there. Is that about right? Yep, that's about right. I made them a little longer because I wasn't quite sure how long to make them. So what we're going to do is we're going to round the edges like I said. I'm going to make it the real big rounder on the base of these two. Make sure you have your butterflies pointing up. And then we're going to do, might have to do it separate. I don't want to try to cut too much there, but I'm going to use my tag guide here to cut me a couple of pieces up here on my tags. I'm not going to worry about putting any kind of a pull, a hole, nothing like that. This is just going to be purely for the reason of writing. I got a lot of busy pages in here, so I've tried to put a lot of pockets, a lot of tags, anything like that for whoever may receive this to be able to write with. Write some journaling. All right, so I think that's it. We got this that goes in here. I can get into the hole. And then it's only going to stick out a little bit. And I think that's fine. That's enough to get your fingers on. There we go. I think that works. Well, I thank everybody for coming to visit. I hope you got a few ideas. Some easy ways to cover up some white spots in your journal. But everybody have a great day, and thank you so much.